Yo, money match me, love dude.
Should we stick around for some cats?
Yeah.
Stick around.
So yeah, fun fact about speedrunning Catherine. I thought I was going to have lots of time to practice, and then I got dental surgery. So yeah, that kind of put me out of commission a whole bunch. So I've been practicing like a day and a bit. I think I will still definitely play adequately, but you guys can be the judge. But yeah, it's a great setup here at ANC. Are you guys enjoying the stream? Like, it's pretty great. Everything's all legit, running on original hardware. There's no immolation going on at all. There are no immolators. Nothing is being immolated. There's no immolation. The only thing on fire is our speedrunners.
Thanks, Andrew.
Later.
I'll see you around. Nice
Good run.
Thanks.
I forgot to set up...
Is it at 720? Matt, 720. Yeah, the system.
Somebody else is picking the guy?
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Practice it.
So I'm your bouncing like. There we go. That was up to you. Sweet. Let's do this. No, he's got to. Let's show him.
So what game are we playing next? Oh.
No, he actually killed me. I'm so sorry. Watch out! Incoming table. Thank you.
Okay. In the game, you drink.
I love it. That hand is like, look at it.
Where's player 2?
It's right there.
Okay, good. Do you have signal? Yeah, I have signal. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yes, did you already do the introduction and everything?
No, I'll do that now while the game loads. So I'm going to be playing Catherine. I'm not going to play the story mode, which is actually really boring to speedrun. You can root the whole thing, and the execution is not even terribly difficult. So I'm going to be playing the Babel levels. Some of you who have played the game might not have seen them. You pretty much have to full combo every stage in the game, like get a gold medal on all of them, to unlock all the Babel levels. So I'm going to be playing the Babel levels. You see, I'm also playing the Japanese version of the game, which I own because I wanted to experience the full game. There's actually a glitch that makes the most difficult Babel level, Axis Mundi, impossible in the North American version, unless you play co-op, which is actually what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to be playing pairs, which is co-op Babel. I'll be controlling both characters myself, and we're going to see how that goes. I'm actually used to playing with a strong second player. My good friend Sean, or DHackEd online, he's great at this game, and together we hold all the co-op world records. So, you know, after the stream, if you want to see what high-level Catherine is like, just check out my YouTube. It's ColourThief, all one word. Color spelled the Canadian way, so a U there after the second O. Yeah, the proper way. Okay, so before I start, I can't just jump into it. If you have ever played the story mode, you know that you sit around and drink before you play Catherine. And you can drink up to 3 times, and each time will like slightly increase your movement speed during the game. So just because this is a speed run, we need to maximize our speed, so bear with me here.
Alright, whenever you're ready.
Also, just a note, he said that Axis Mundi is impossible. He means literally impossible to beat. It just doesn't end on the North American version.
Did you tell them how it's probably faster for you to do this with 2 players on your own than for someone else to take over the second one?
Yeah, it's actually, unless I had a really good player and I practiced with them, it is faster for me to control both players than to just, yeah. Okay, so I had my drinks. I think we're good to go.
You want to move?
Here.
Are you going to be okay with the mic like that?
Oh, yeah.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, time.
Right now? 1,
yeah.
2, 3.
Yeah, whenever. It's loading. It's good enough.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna.
Frame perfect.
It's gonna be good.
So just for reference, me and a friend, for about 2 hours, were trying to beat this first stage, and we got about halfway like once or twice.
So tell them about the randomness and all that stuff.
Okay, so in these levels, the Babel levels, the story of this game is very structured. Everything has generally a planned solution that you're supposed to find. The Babel levels, however, do not. Each of these chunks that fall down, you can see them fall down kind of one big chunk at a time. Each of those is one of a set pattern. So each of these one set pattern out of like a few different appearances. So this requires a lot of improvisation every single time you run it. There's no way that you can have strats for every single pattern that can appear. However, there are common scenarios that you might run into. So every time you play this game, you will learn a little bit more about it, and you can bring in your strats, but there is definitely a lot of it. So it's very, very difficult.
Well, that was teamwork. You can mention other moves that are only possible, yeah, with 2 people.
Yeah, it's like that. Eric just said there are certain moves. There are certain moves you can only do with 2 people. It's just really crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, there are a lot of moves where, for example, if you pull a block that makes other blocks unsteady, they can actually fall down after a little bit. Like that block just did, it just fell down 1. So what that means is that sometimes you won't be able to do the 2 things fast enough with 1 person. You'll actually need both characters to do strats like that. So this is really fast so far. This is like 100 times faster than I can do it with another person. So Eric is quite good at this game. He holds a lot of world records for the co-op with his friend Sean. So this is definitely pretty much as good as it gets for this game. Very high level play.
That's it, bro. Where are you at?
Is that the pro play this game?
Yeah. At Evo, he said he'd take money matches from anyone in this game.
Oh wow. That's it, bro. You would lose money to this guy. You would lose a few dollars. Yeah.
I think so. Probably.
That's it, bro. Probably plays on stick, but you know, Eric plays on 2 sticks, so. Yeah. So yeah, this is just a lot of really intense, like, figuring out what to do.
Oh shit, that was not good. Okay. Tell them about my sacrifice of camera control.
Oh yes, okay, so when you're playing this on a pad, you have the ability to move basically scroll the camera up or down to see what's coming up or to see if you can fall down a little bit. But Eric's playing on arcade stick. He only has the 1 stick, which is set to not be for controlling the camera. It's for moving the characters, obviously. So he actually cannot move the camera at all. So this is one of the first of a couple special blocks that appeared. These like rickety rocks break after you step on them twice. And these Babel blocks in the middle that just say Babel on them, I believe you cannot pull them.
Correct.
Yeah, so those are just like stuck in place. And then once you're at the top, you press both of these buttons and you're done.
So you can see my record with my friend. There's 207 seconds on this account. We have a few accounts. We play on the PS3, on Xbox 360, and all the regions except for PAL. I think our record's like 205, I want to say. So you can see this was pretty good, like 50% slower, a bit slower than that. That's pretty respectable. On average, I'm like maybe half as fast when I'm alone.
Yeah, that was definitely good. Just for comparison, if you watch the runs on his YouTube channel, they do not slow down ever. There'll be maybe a few times per level where they'll like freeze for a quarter second and then keep going. So it really is really optimized what he's running like those times.
So the first level is called Altar. It's really basic. You only have cracked blocks. It's really wide. You don't have tall drops. I think they're only like 2 wide, maybe occasionally 3 wide. Now Minir, you get all these really tall, really narrow drops. So the different levels are all random, but you know they've got their own flavor. I don't like this.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of the blocks later on, there are 2 more levels after this one, and they're going to have a lot more crazy gimmicks than these ones do. Especially the third one, Obelisk, has these really crazy blocks. I guess I'll talk about them later though. We'll save that. But yeah, there's not like, it's kind of hard to understand just like how crazy this game is if you've never played it before, but and going fast like this at all is like extremely hard. I remember the first time I was trying the Babel levels, Eric said, "Oh, you should be able to beat this first one, no problem. It should take you like 1 or 2 tries." And then, actually I think he said I would beat it on my first try, and didn't quite beat it. not over the 2 hours I was playing for. So yeah, this really is like much more impressive than it looks if you've never played this game before. But yeah, there's not really even a lot of crazy tricks. There are some really cool tricks you can do with 2 characters, but most of the game is just like really crazy like puzzle solving. It's really like a really good puzzle.
So you can explain spike blocks.
Oh, here's spike blocks. Okay, I didn't remember those on this stage. Alright, so these blocks, when you step on them, oh my god!
Gotta go fast!
So if you stand on the block for too long, spikes will pop up and you'll die. When you die in this game, there's no health or anything. You start the level over. Right now, that'd be 2 minutes lost if that were to happen. So that's a big deal. Additionally, down there was a 100 kilogram block. I don't know if there's like a better name for it than that. It's like a weighted block, I guess. Okay, a heavy block.
Yeah.
So the heavy blocks take 2 to 3 times longer to move than the regular ones. So in a normal run for you, you'll just be like, oh, whatever, and not really think about it that much, not really think that it's a big deal. But in a speed run, that's a pretty big deal. You really don't want to have to push those around. Let's see. One other thing about this that is pretty interesting is these 2 characters probably look really similar, but they're, oh, that was nice. But they're actually really different. Or, well, not really different, but they have some subtle differences to them. So I don't quite remember their names.
Catherine and Vincent.
Vincent is the other guy, right? Okay, so Vincent is a little bit slower at running around than Catherine is, but he's actually a slightly faster at pushing blocks. And for Catherine, it's the other way around. She can move pretty fast. Oh my gosh. She can move pretty fast, but she is a little bit slower at pushing the blocks around. So if she has to move one of the 100 kilogram blocks, that's like a pretty big deal. And yeah, when you need to do straight up climbs like this on the stage, it can be very difficult. Just because you have such a narrow space to get up, and when you're trying to climb, you don't really have any kind of path that you can push into place easily, that's a pretty big deal. It can make things very difficult for you. So yeah, just a lot of really intense movement. Here's some of the here's a couple of the 100 kilogram, the weighted blocks, or heavy blocks.
Yeah, here I'll move one very slowly.
Yeah, you can see how slow that moves. So yeah, you can see like they definitely definitely a significant time waster to have to move those around.
Oh,
Looks like it's time for some serious puzzle solving.
yeah.
Wow, nice.
So you see, it's not like a mad dash. It's like a thinking man's speed run. You know, like
Yes.
I had to think on my head there. There's no canned solution to that.
Yeah, like
3D specials require is intense, and then you also need excellent execution. because
Yeah.
If you mess something up, sometimes you can't set it right.
yeah. What was the term that you used? Spatial reading.
Spatial reasoning, 3D spatial.
Spatial reasoning, yeah. 3D spatial reasoning. That's a good word for what this game's about. Lots of like, just like understanding how the blocks are going to fall and using it like really, like as well as you can to get ahead as much as you can.
Sometimes you'll see a lot of patterns that it's like you've done this before, you just go through the motions, but then there's situations like this where you just think on your feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no! Oh, that's an execution error. It's okay. I have enough slack to die that time.
So, yeah, as you can see, this game is punishing. If you die once, you restart the level. There's no checkpoints, there's no health, there's no extra lives.
There's no X factor.
No
no X
undo
factor.
button.
Yeah, X Factor is an undo button, isn't it? But yeah, so this game, like Eric said, it's very much like crazy.
No, this is
The K.
This is with the K. Okay, alright.
Wow.
So long since I played it.
I'm glad that you guys said that because I was gonna say, yeah, it's the C one.
Oh, the stream would not like that.
Yeah, that's why I was like hesitant. I'm glad you guys chimed in. I was gonna, oh yeah.
It's better that, you know, you get the practice getting that right, like with the game, instead of like your girlfriend or something.
That's true.
I gotta be really careful with that.
Yes.
It's really such a practical game. It gets you like ready for real life challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, man. If I ever get put into a gladiatorial arena where I have to climb on blocks, I'm screwed. But, yeah.
You might be thinking that you could just push all these blocks out from under them and just have the whole thing come down, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I've tried that. It doesn't work.
Let's see. Another thing that I didn't actually mention earlier that's pretty important is, so you might notice that both the times he was going through this level, we didn't see those spike blocks until later on. So while I did say that these patterns are pre-generated, which ones you get depends on how far in you are. So later on, you'll get new patterns that you haven't seen like from earlier in the level. And the patterns change every time that level in the top goes up. So right now it says level 5. And that's how you can kind of tell like what kind of patterns you're going to be getting and what to expect a little bit. But of course, you can never know exactly what to expect.
I have to ask, if Vincent triggers one of the spike blocks, can Catherine get hit by it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a very tight window.
Yeah, I just know the timing to pull that off at that segment.
Oh, wow.
I was starting to think that it was
Yeah, me
just
too.
not vulnerable, like, she was invulnerable to it.
Yeah, so she can die to that, I guess. I hope the stream can hear that. Maybe I should. Actually, I can't. I'm just gonna. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's behind my chair, so I can't see it.
Yeah. It's all good.
What?
Yeah. So if someone's hanging on like a ledge and then you fall down on top of that person, they just get pushed off the ledge.
Yeah, like for the most part, my two personas here are like, you know, working together. But if you play this with an actual friend, especially if you're both pretty new to the game, it's really a test of friendship. Like, you're going to be killing each other all over the place.
Yeah, that was me a couple days ago.
And perhaps inspired by that, there's also a competitive arena in the game where you can like face off head to head.
Yes.
So it's basically the same thing as co-op, except you want to be the only person reaching the top.
Yeah, basically it functions the exact same way co-op does, except the winner is the person who kills the other person. It's actually really interesting. It's the only puzzle game I played that has mind games. But yeah, so intense climbing right now. And see, he's hesitant to move Vincent off his block because it looks like he's going to need it in a moment. Yeah, so he needed to stay there to push that block down. So it really shows that like being hasty and just like trying to run forwards really quickly often isn't a good idea. If he had done that, he wouldn't have been able to use that strat there. It looks like that was a bit of a mistake, but oh, it's totally fine though. Oh, here we go.
Whoa!
So what's that called again?
Flash step. Well, the game doesn't give it any name, but me and my friend call it flash stepping.
Oh, that's swag.
So yeah, that's just a bit of a trick there. It's a very tight timing, I know, because I've tried it. I tried it a little bit, and yeah, it's not at all easy to do. Especially with another human, it takes a lot of teamwork. Yeah, exactly. Like when I saw Eric run, because like when I first saw Eric playing this, and he said that I would be able to beat the first Babel level on my first try, probably, I believed him. I was so foolish. I was like, oh yeah, I can see that. This just need to push the blocks around and climb. But no, it's not at all that easy. Not in the least. I'm sure that chat right now is going to be half people being like, this doesn't look that impressive. And the other half's going to be like people being like, oh my god, this is the craziest thing.
For those who know what this entails, it is super impressive.
This game is a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even just like casual playthrough, I don't know how to get it at all. So.
Yeah, I'm actually like, I really wanted to start playing this game when I first started playing it with Eric a little while ago, and like having him show me it. But oh, okay, so now we hear the bell. So on a few levels, or on one of the levels, is this it?
No, it's the next one.
Okay, so as soon as you can hear those bells, you know that the gate's coming. That's something that you need to know.
Nice.
There we go.
So that was definitely a red split, but we'll see if I can turn it around in one of these later levels.
Yeah, and you got a PB just last night, right?
Yeah, like 31 minutes.
Yeah.
How many levels are there?
4, but they get longer and harder, so the most difficult is yet to come. This very next one, Obelisk, is the most RNG heavy level. It's got lots of randomness. Even the exit of the level is random. What? Oh. Apparently I pressed B instead of A, and that's the thing that happens.
Frames have been lost.
No, I can totally just jump
Yeah.
in.
He still has all the levels unlocked. So
You start from the first one.
yeah. You unlock all the Babel levels, you have one shot at each one.
Well, I should be like mashing A and down to optimize my cutscene skipping.
But you might get A first, right?
That doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
You need A first to call up the pause menu, and then down to change, and then A to confirm. So.
Oh yeah, you got it. You're ready. Okay, so now we're on the Obelisk. This stage, okay, so this is new.
Oh, the ice.
Look, did you see him slide there? That's because these ice blocks, they work like in Pokemon. Like, you know, I'm sure you've all played through the gyms that are like that, where you step once in one direction, you cannot stop. So if you were to try and step to the right on top of those blocks there, you would just slide off and fall down there.
So to deal with it, it has lots of spidering, you know, where you're climbing along the edge of blocks, because you don't slide when you're sliding.
Yes, it's only if you move from one block to a block horizontal to it. So when you jump up, like you just did there, you do not move. Oh, and you can block, that's cool. I haven't seen you do that before. You can block their movement with the other character.
I'm surprised I just unlocked the whole.
Yeah, that's interesting.
If you play versus mode, I really like the ice versus modes.
Oh yeah,
Those are pretty crazy.
I can see that being crazy. Oh, so here's a bomb block. If you step on this, then after a little while, you can see it starts this little thing, and then it goes boom. Now all of the blocks next to it turn into cracked blocks, which are those blocks you can only step on twice and then they explode, and then they disappear. And ice blocks will just disappear. So those are really dangerous in conjunction with the ice. Now here's a mystery block. This block is based on RNG. The pattern that you get does not determine what this is going to be.
Yeah, like I have no idea what's going to be in that mystery block until I actually get it.
Yeah,
it
so
could be a bomb, it could be a spike, it could be ice. Really, you have to pretend it's all of those things.
Yeah, you just have to like, yeah. So, yeah, a lot like there when the first one appeared, if he had stepped onto that mystery block to the right, and it was an ice block, he would have slid off the rest of the ice blocks and died instantly because he got bad RNG. And there's no way he could have known about that.
So I had to pretend
like, see that one.
was a spike. So that's why I jumped on it right away. But the thing is, if you pretend it's a spike and it's a cracked block, well, you just wasted one of your cracked charges. And that's a bigger deal when you're playing co-op, because both people often have to go over a cracked block, like there.
Yeah.
But that's not a particularly bad formation. Still.
So these blocks with the eyes on them are called monster blocks.
Yeah.
So these blocks have AI. They'll move on their own and just like do whatever they want, kind of.
So they're called monster blocks, but my friend and I always call them asshole blocks, because really you try to do something and they'll like you're about to jump on them and kill them and they'll move out of the way at the last second. It's like, really, block?
And yeah, like you said about killing them, if you step on them, they go away. Or they stop moving, I mean. They stay put. So, yeah, you can silence them. And yeah, this part of the level is really hard because the tower is split up into two pieces that are both very thin. So climbing this is extremely hard. Let's see. I'm not sure if there's anything noticeable I haven't mentioned yet. Oh yeah, so we're getting towards the start of the top of this level. The level ends at level 10.
Yeah.
However,
unlike all the other levels, which I mean they all have randomness leading up to level 10, but the exit always drops a very consistent pattern that you can just sort of clear the same way each time. This level, they forgot to make it non-random at the end. So the very exit dropping, the exit itself, you know, is completely random. Like, you don't necessarily get an exit. In theory, if the RNG hates you enough, it could just keep dropping non-exits until the end of the level. Yeah. So it's a speedrunner nightmare. Because you can have a solid run and get to the end and then like get a 10 drop exit. Or you can have a shitty run and get to the end and get like a 1 or a 2 drop exit. It's like, yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, so and I did my research on this. So the chances are, so there are 3 different patterns that can appear, but you can't get 2 of the same pattern in a row. So having a first drop exit is 1 in 3 because there are 3 patterns. However, after that, if you do not get the exit, it is 1 in 2 because there are only 2 more that can appear because you already got the 1 last. And then every single other one after that will have a 50% chance of dropping the exit. But that does mean that it is like possible that you can just never get one.
Oh jeez.
Oh no.
Oh. Raider bomb. Nice save.
All right. Ooh. So yeah, like how he caught the one falling block there by pushing another block towards it to keep it stable. That's a lot of the kind of things where there'll be scenarios like that. Oh, it didn't jump out of your way. That's good.
This is bad though. The left side is not viable. If that was a crack block, I would have all of a sudden been like panicking.
Oh,
that one could be back. That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So we're getting towards the top now. We're on level 9 out of 10.
Yeah, the exit will appear or perhaps not appear any moment now.
Maybe we should turn the volume up a little bit for the next level. We can't now, obviously.
Sure.
Like, do you want the volume louder?
The bell doesn't do anything for me, so I'm good either way.
No? Oh, okay. I guess the stream will be able to hear
Use
just
RNG
fine.
gods. Yes.
There it is.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so that bell means the exit has dropped. So that's
RNG.
good.
Yes.
Oh!
This is why you don't rest. No, you get rested.
Okay. So yeah, we're just about at the exit here. Just a little bit more climbing. Also, this game is really pretty. This game just has lots of really cool visuals. Oh, that's nice. This game has lots of really cool. Oh, it's even better than what I thought you were gonna do.
Nice.
Yeah.
On such a difficult stage, and you got half of your personal. You got like only twice as fast as your personal best with 2 people.
Yep.
That's really good.
Same thing, last stage, first PB there was 3 minutes 5 seconds, and just about 6:10. So
Yeah.
like realistically.
So this is a good pace.
This is a good pace for how well I play alone.
That's good. Okay. Do you want
Okay,
to talk about Axis Mundi?
Axis Mundi. Oh my god, this is a juggernaut. There's no bullshit like Obelisk. The RNG is just like the randomization of the levels. No like blocks that are weird. The exit is normal. But the patterns that fall are brutal. It's all like Swiss cheese over and over again. So it's just raw challenge to climb it, and to climb it quickly as well is difficult. So
It's not a BS stage, but it's a tough stage.
yeah, they're ending on a clean, solid challenge.
It's raw, 3D, spatial, whatever you said earlier. Yes. 3D spatial reasoning.
Already look at this like starting platform.
Yeah, they intimidate you a bit by making the little staircase at the bottom that you don't even have to interact with look all crazy. Yeah, these patterns where it gives you a lot of checkered spaces like that are extremely hard to climb.
Yeah.
These give me a lot of troubles. Up to see what's gonna go on here. So that block there, that with the pink and the black on top, is a black hole block. It's a block. It'll hold up other blocks just like any other block would. So it takes up space the exact same way another block does. However, if you step on it, you die. You cannot walk on this block at all. You just need to straight up avoid them.
That camera, no camera movement just screwed me there because the left is a dead end. I would have seen that a mile away with proper camera.
So long, black hole block. You served as a good example for my explanation.
Interesting concept though, is like you can still play with it, you can still create formations with it, but you just can't actually step on it.
Yes, exactly. You can do everything with it except use it as a platform, which is the main thing you need to use as a block, but you can use it to set other blocks up, which is definitely a really interesting. And it's interesting in a very straightforward way from a design standpoint. Like, the ice blocks are kind of like funky. The bomb blocks are very like complex in their design. The black hole blocks are very simple. It's just you can't step on it. And they still add like a lot of really complex scenarios.
Oh shit!
So much depth. Yeah, like Tetris. Oh! How is this looking right now?
This is looking uncomfortable. my stability just went to shit, so I'm gonna try to make the screen more stable, because I was not gonna get very far.
Okay. Wow, wow, that's a straight up dead end.
Warm up. It's okay, I've done this before.
Yeah, like, from my perspective, having played this game for a little while, but not a huge amount, I just saw that and I was like, oh, it's impossible, okay. I guess I'll just jump off. But,
It's okay. It's officially
knows what he's
salvaged.
Oh, look at that spider thing. That was nice.
oh, what? What was it?
You just got around that block by spidering all around it.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
nice. I wouldn't have seen that.
To save the hit? To save the step? Oh my gosh, we're only on level 3. This is we're in for the long haul here. Also, the stage has the coolest background. And it's like the
In
most
fact,
intense one.
This background is so intense, it doesn't matter if you're playing on Xbox or PS3, it slows the game down. Like, it's a 30 frame a second game, and they still can't keep up.
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the rifles.
There we go.
Good update.
Every time that I'm like, oh, now he's probably gonna do this, then you do something different, much better.
Obviously, he's seeing things that we're not.
Oh yeah. Eric sees the Matrix.
This is way better than I could ever do.
This is way better than like any of us could do. This is way better than we could task probably, because we just wouldn't see these solutions.
Man.
Level 4.
Good update. 60 cents. Good update.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a nice
That's
spider there too. That's what
yeah,
I.
that's some cool.
Those tricks are really nice.
When you first pick up this game, it's easy to like see being on the edge as a disadvantageous position because you know, from like an aesthetic standpoint, it's like, oh, what if I fall off? But really, there's no risk of that. And a lot of the time, you won't be able to get back onto that edge position, so it's good to save it while you have it in case you do need it for something.
Like it's easier to see these solutions when you just step from block to block. But when you can see a spider path like that, like it's. I think when you first play, like you kind of fall into this mindset of I gotta pull the blocks, right?
Yeah, I gotta climb up.
Yeah, you don't look for things like those spider tricks.
The game does a really good job of introducing those concepts to you relatively naturally, so it's very simple.
Yeah, I've heard that the story mode of this game is very good at like introducing all of the key concepts of the game to you through like planned solution puzzles.
When you just look at it all together at the end,
It's just like all like garbled. You have no idea what is going on in the head of this genius.
Okay, so that was a pretty difficult first 5 levels. I would normally be here maybe a minute faster.
So there was a lot of strange stuff going on.
That like off-camera memo.
Yeah, that's crazy, a little risky. Even if like you're like, oh no, it's just like this. It's always like, what if I was wrong? What if that's not actually what it was like?
I don't remember if there's like a certain distance that you fall off screen that kills you, or if it just depends on where the blocks are.
Yeah,
Because they fall on their own.
If you fall onto a block, no matter how far you fall, you'll be fine. If you fall into a space where there's not a block, you die.
Oh yeah.
You can you can theoretically fall any distance.
But, well, what would the camera do if you fell like a full screen down?
It goes in between, and especially without camera control, I would be double blind and just kind of screwed.
Oh wow.
No, it doesn't zoom out. It literally just goes in between the two people and stays there.
Oh hey, so apparently the black holes eat blocks.
Yeah, they also eat blocks.
Oh, okay.
So this is a really nasty Swiss cheese formation, and I can't even see very high to know what's going on. Okay.
You could switch the stick.
No. Check this out. Yeah.
Nice. Is that a two-player only trick?
It would be, but this block that Catherine's standing on was technically still supporting.
Oh yeah.
And there's nothing flat up there. This is garbage.
Oh, that armor! Wow.
Good update. Good update.
That was
So
So
you're out of the rough now, though?
for now.
Okay.
This is as stable as this level ever looks at this point. So
Oh yeah, and we're all the way at level 8 now. I hadn't looked at the level counter in a little while, but we're getting into the thick of things for sure. Man, a lot of the time, having the blocks fall down towards you a little bit seems so much more useful than trying to just like pull out a staircase. It seems like that's like the solution a lot more of the time.
letting the blocks fall?
Yeah, just like finding ways to move the upper level like one level lower and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It seems like very helpful.
Yeah, you do have to be really careful when you do that, because if you push the wrong block, like only half of it might fall down, and then
Yeah, it takes like a lot of knowledge of like how the blocks are gonna fall and stuff like that.
You all have to see all the connections between all of them, right?
Yes, that too.
But see, there you got the whole thing to come down as one. That was
Like
probably
if the camera changes and you forget like where a block is, and then you try and pull something off, it might mess up because you couldn't see that block.
well, mixed up which stick was which. Not good.
Yeah, so you can see like if he doesn't control one player for a while, and then he has the characters on the opposite sides of the screen from where his sticks are, and he has to control the left character with the right stick and the right character with the left stick. That can get really confusing.
having double played myself. That is like that's the worst.
Yeah, now imagine that in a puzzle game where you mess up one move and then you have to rethink everything. It can be a pretty big deal.
Zeroing in on the end here.
Oh yeah. Level 9!
Alright.
So something kind of interesting. The step counter on the left goes up as the lowest character down rises. So you see it went up to 154 when Mr. Man, Vincent, went up a level, even though Catherine was already up there. However, level increasing will only go up when the farthest up character moves up one. So in single player, this is the exact same thing, but in multiplayer, it actually makes a bit of a difference. Oh, that's the Babel blocks. There's the, okay, so the gate has dropped. Now all that's left is to climb up to the top. So should we get ready with time?
Yeah, get ready.
Hey Russell.
Ready with time.
Damn people on the wrong side.
And time.
What's that? Okay, that's not bad. I'll take it.
Nice.
All right.
Especially
Cool.
considering obviously some Swiss cheese on that last level.
Oh my god.
Now I'll troll the audience. This is like the Uber cutscene you only get if you're good enough to do this.
Oh.
I'm just gonna let it play out.
In Japanese.
Yeah, it's in Japanese, so yeah, who cares?
So all of our fans know what's up.
Clearly. That's what Toronto Top Tiers is all about.
Yeah, all the ArcSys community will know exactly what's going on.
So should we
This is
explain what's going on? Or
No.
just let it-
This is a fairly representative in-game cutscene.
Oh man, look, it's that person from the story that I haven't played.
I played the story. I don't even know who that is.
No spoilers.
She's the narrator.
I don't want any spoilers in this speedrun.
Chick with the afro finally put her hair down.
Oh. Is her name also Catherine?
And she's sparkly. Now we know
I
exactly.
guess that helps.
Yeah. Oh yes. Pretzel with the tea coming out of it, and then squiggly sperm man. Yeah. And then the rest of that.
Oh, she's asking something.
Thank you, Bill. She's asking two things. Sorry.
Are you sure those have the same meaning in Japanese?
Now those are two statements. You're welcome. Yeah.
Cool, yeah, so shout out to my friend D-Hacked who couldn't make it here today. And if you want to see the fastest videos of this I've got, again, YouTube channel's ColourThief. So
Yeah,
check
so
it out.
That's actually kind of
Canadian spelling. I before E, all you like illiterate people.
and so there's actually kind of a funny story is that Eric originally wanted to run this with his friend, but he couldn't come, so he was like, okay, I'll just be both people, whatever. And then he did.
Yeah, I practiced like one day, by the way.
You practiced a few days.
Like maybe a day and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's a good thing you drank those.
Yeah. Help me out.
Alright, so I'm going to be setting up Mega Man X2. Our runner is actually behind ColourThief right now. He's practicing. But I'm going to set that up right now. Yeah, be right back.
And that's a cutscene I'll probably never see again.
I'm going to post up the schedule as well.
They deleted it from North America?
Oh no, because I'd never get this far in the game.